Hi, I'm Ben Askern, two-time NCAA champion, now coaching at the University of Missouri. I'm here to work leg attack finishes with you. This became a very good specialty of mine because I always get on bad shots because I'm very, very slow. So, with my tricks, you can learn how to finish on even the best wrestlers. We're going to start on single leg finishes right now. The first position we're going to go to is a mid-level single. I think it's probably one of the three most important positions in the sport of wrestling. Okay, the way I get there, okay, maybe from a sweep single, I come here and I drive up, or from a high single attack, a leg snatch, snatch leg, and get right here. Okay, here's my position. Now there's 5 important things right here. Okay, first important thing is my head. And my head always wants to be up by his chest. A lot of people, even at the college level, with a bad habit of putting their head in the stomach or even in worse places. Okay? If I have my head low, he can put his body weight or head on top of me. That's going to allow him to get his leg back. Okay, so you guys see we want to keep our head in his chest, to keep his chest back and his weight off of us. Okay, that's number 1. Second important thing is that our shoulder is over his hip. Okay, his hip's right here. I actually want my bicep touching his hip, but my shoulder's over it. That's putting the pressure down. That's keeping him from hopping around. If I got no pressure on him, he can hop around all day, and when I try to trip and do other stuff, he's going to be able to move. I'm not going to be able to finish very hard. So my shoulder's over his hip, and it's against his body, as you see here. I'm not down here. Okay? So I'm down here, I'm not going to be able to put my head on him. All right? The third important part is my leg. Okay? My leg needs to be posted on his leg at or below his knee. Okay, that's where my pressure's coming from. If my leg is at or above his knee, there's not going to be as much pressure there. He's going to be able to move around. He's going to be able to get his leg free right there. Okay? Fourth thing is that my feet are facing the same way as his. Okay? This allows me to put a lot of pressure in line with him and not let him square up and do a lot of defense. Okay, a lot of people have the bad habit of making our feet perpendicular. Okay? If I make my feet perpendicular, this leg's very free movement for him. So he can take it back, okay? He can try stripping across, right there, something like that. So we always want to keep our feet parallel to his. I like to say feet like his. It's really simple. The fifth important point is that I want to have my hands locked right above his knee, right there. And this is my position. 5 important points. Got head, shoulder, hands, leg, and feet. Okay, everything needs to be in line. In here, in our single leg position, the lock I like to use is no thumbs. So, got my thumbs next to my hands, right there. And I'm just pinching my elbows in, keeping his leg tight. Okay. I don't like the butterfly grip because I feel like you're too tight on the leg. And you don't have enough space to get to other things that you might need to get to. And I don't like to be on fingers because I feel like that's too weak for a leg. Okay. So the perfect grip, I think, is the no thumbs hand grip, right here, our position. Now I've done this so many times. I could wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, grab a leg, and I'd be in that position before I knew what happened. Right there. Okay? But it's not a natural position. It doesn't feel natural to be here. So it's something you have to drill over and over and over again and make this a very natural position. But once you get this position down, very good to finish. I remember the first wrestler that I really watched finish in this position a lot was Donnie Pritzloff. Back when I was in high school in Wisconsin, watching him a lot. And he finished a lot easier from here. And so it became very natural for me. I practiced this so much. It's real natural. I finished very easy from here. My brother does the same. Okay? The first thing I always look for in that position is a dump. It's something that not a lot of people do, something me and my brother do quite a bit. All I'm going to do is use the position. I'm not even changing up. I'm going to use the position. I'm going to dump him onto his butt. Okay? So I use the position and use the pressure. So this leg's right here. I'm pushing down on his hip. I'm pushing back here, and I dump. Okay? Right there. Just dump him right onto his butt. It especially works if he tries to put in a wizard or something, because he's going to hold himself into the dump. Right there. Okay? He's holding himself into the dump. This is especially a great freestyle move because you dump someone right in the back for 3 points as opposed to 1 for the regular takedown. In folk style, obviously, it's just another takedown. Once again, though, the pressure right here is the key, and here is key. Okay? If his chest comes down, come down with the chest, I'm not gonna be able to do it, okay? If I'm right here, I can't do it. I need to be up, I need to be in good position. My 5 points all in line. Right here, shoulder pressure down, hips go in a little bit. I don't wanna land on top of him, okay? Right there. So I'm landing on top of him. If I land to the side of him, it creates a scramble that we don't want, something that's probably gonna end up poorly for us. Okay, that's the first thing I always look for in that position, is keeping that pressure there, looking for the dump. Okay, lots of times, if my dump doesn't work, the second thing I go for is just an easy step and trip. All right, step and trip works because I have pressure on him. Like I said earlier about my shoulder pressure, if I don't have shoulder pressure, he can hop around real easy. Okay, hopping, jumping, not good for me. If I create a lot of shoulder pressure, that keeps him from hopping. Okay, see he can't hop a lot right now, it's very hard for him. And then I step and trip. Okay, right there. Step and trip really works at the best levels only if you have good shoulder pressure. All right? There aren't a lot of guys that want to fall down just because. You got to make them fall down. All right, so I keep my shoulder pressure in, step across, trip. Very easy. One more time. Same position every time. Step in, step across, trip. Okay, next thing I like to go to, from the same position. Notice I'm here all the time. All right, next thing I like to go to is bringing the leg high. Okay, so if I try the first two, they don't work. What I like to do is I like to take a backward step. So I'm gonna step in this direction here, okay? And I bring the leg high. All right, I like to take that backward step so you can't put a lot of pressure on me. Some people who are good at defending singles, if I go straight down to the leg, so if I squat and grab, he's gonna follow me with this pressure, okay? He's gonna follow me and I'm gonna get stuck down there, all right? So what I really like to do is just take a backwards pivot step. So I pivot backwards and I'm up, okay? From here, it's gonna be very easy to finish on 95% of the people. Okay, there's a variety of ways I like to finish. Most of them are very simple. First one, grab the inside of the knee here, step, and kick. Okay, right there. Like I said, most people are very bad at balancing with one leg in the air. It's gonna be very easy to finish on them. Okay, so I'm in a good position here. I take my pivot step, slide down to the ankle, and up. Right here. Once you're here, very easy to finish. Show you this one once more. Grab the inside of the knee, step, kick. Okay. And pivot step out. And the other one that I really like to do from all the way up here is just come up underneath his armpit, push him forward, and run into him. Push him forward, right there. From right here, pivot step. Right here under the armpit, I push him forward, and I run him. Okay. One important point to make is how I'm holding the leg. Details. Details are very important. I'm holding it really tight in here. Okay, I know a lot of people who like to hold here with their hands and do all this junk. This stuff's bad. If I'm on defense right here, I'm gonna get my leg back 98% of the time. All right, so we need to be in here, good position. All right, if Mark gets my leg up. Now, one thing we really wanna watch out for in Mark's position that is coming of age, is especially if you watch my last DVD, is people attacking the ankles from here. Jumping underneath and rolling, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you know what you're doing, this is very, very easy to defend. And also, just being prepared for it's a big key. You gotta realize that from here, I can jump down, get your ankles, and come out on top, okay? So right here, half the battle is won by being prepared, by knowing that he can jump down and grab my ankles. Because once you know that, it's very easy to defend. He jump down and grab my ankles. If he jumps down, grabs my ankle, all I do is let go the leg, get my knee on the mat, okay? Once I get my knees on the mat, I'm good to go. He can't roll from here. Go ahead. He can't roll from there. you watch my last DVD, it has pass defense on there. So from that position, you can pick up a lot of stuff. Well, like I said, half the battle from here is won by knowing that he can roll. The rest is being prepared. When he goes back, a lot of times you can just avoid them even getting your legs just by putting your legs back. Okay, I know that wasn't a live situation, but all you gotta do is get your legs back. Very, very simple to defend from there. Most people just forget that it's gonna come or neglect to remember that. Okay, last one from up here. Like I said, finish on 95% of people from here is easy, but then every once in a while you run into someone who's very, very good balance. For me, it's someone like Mike Petrovich from Hofstra. I could try this or this. I'd do everything, and he would just keep balancing and balancing and balancing. And so actually, by accident in a match with him, I made up this move, and then later watching it on film, I realized it was a move, and I've started using it quite often. Kids at the camp, I let kids at camp name it, and they called it the Nurksa. Okay, so all I do is take this leg up high, I'm gonna put it on my hip, and I'm gonna squat on it. Right there, okay? So I put the leg on my hip and squat on it, and what I do is come this close arm, come inside, behind the knee. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fall my body on top of him. Right there, okay? Now there's two things that can happen from here. Number one, he can turn away. I just let go, get my takedown. Number two, if he turns into me, what I want to do is I want to keep my knee underneath his leg, grab here, grab his heel, and I bend his leg into what I call the super Turk. Okay, right here. And then from here, we're going to get back points. Right there, even if he tries fighting down, he's pretty stuck. I'm going to get back points. Okay, so that's called the Nurksa. From my knowledge, I made it up, and I'd like to keep thinking that. So here, I drop it down to my hip, I put my weight on it. Okay, I take my inside hand, I come inside. Now the key is to fall on him and not fall to the side of him. If I fall to the side of him, this is what's going to happen. If I fall and fall to the side of him, it creates a scramble. It's actually giving him an advantage position. So what I want to do is fall with my body on top of him. Up leg up here, drop it down, put my weight on it, come through. Now I'm going to land with my body on top of him. Okay, see how my body weight's on top of him? Right there. If he decides to turn into me, there, keep my knee under his knee, grab his heel, bend it across. I throw a half Nelson on his leg to his other leg. Right there, I call this a super Turk. Right here is easy back points. One more time with the Nurksa. Right here, I drop it down to my hip, put my weight on it. This leg, arm comes through to the back of his knee. Remember to fall on his stomach. Okay, I fall right there. Keep my knee under his knee, bend his leg up, go to super Turk. Okay, keep this tight right here. Run him over to his back, get some back points with it. Two more finishes I'd really like to do. Okay, 5 points right here. Now one of these things is going to change. It's the only time I don't want my shoulder on his hip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be in this position. I'm going to slide my shoulder back behind his hip. Right there, okay? Now I'm going to take my hand right here, goes here on top of his knee, and this one comes right inside of his knee, and I circle. Okay, I'm just doing this. I'm hitting the top of his knee, and I'm circling backwards, pulling his other leg to me. So I'm right here. I got to shrink my shoulder, okay? If I don't shrink my shoulder, I don't have the distance. My arm's going to be trapped. I can't reach his leg. Shrink my shoulder back. Right there. I take the knee, and I circle. More time. Remember, the key is to shrink the shoulder back. So shrink the shoulder back so I got enough distance. Right there. Run him. All right? Now, one more finish from this position. Okay? The last finish, it's very common. Just a little review probably for you is bar zigar. I like to bump in, bring it out, run here. Okay? It's a good finish, especially against scramblers, because you know it's hard, it's to the point, and we don't give them a lot of options to scramble with. Sure. Right here, I bump it in with my leg, bump in, bring it out. I come far knee, not hip. Hip's a bad habit people have. Knee, and I run. The other thing I like to do when I'm sitting on a single leg and he's sprawled on me, okay, is I like to pull in, and I'm just gonna raise my back up. Okay, so I'm pulling in, keep sprawling on me. I pull in right here, there. And from there, lots of times, I just drive up to my feet. Drive up to my feet, step behind, and I'm in the position we started from. 5 points, easy finish. Okay, so it's all pulling together. So I'm pulling together. Once I get my head up on his chest, then I can drive up into him. So I'm right here. I pull. Once I get my head up, I step, then I step behind. Right there. Next position we're going to talk about is getting stuck underneath on a single leg. Happens to everyone. Happens to me a lot more often than most people. I actually have 2 different series that I like to use from here depending on the occasion, situation. The second one I'm going to show you, I use a lot more often these days since I'm a little more powerful, and I got a couple better finishes in there. The other one I used a lot when I was younger, had a lot more energy. All right, the first one's like this one. So we're talking about in this position right here, when he sprawls on us and we're stuck on here in a single leg. Okay, the first series that I like to use, and a lot of the finishes actually do go to both series, I like to post, step outside leg up, and then I step and slide into him. So he's going to keep sprawling on me. So I step and slide, and I'm trying to go straight into him. Okay, and then what I want to do after I step and slide a couple times, I'm going to try to cut the corner. So step and slide, then I'm going to slide this hand down the calf right there. I'm going to put my shoulder into the back of his hip. I'm going to turn my hips down. Run the corner. Now how I like to finish this is I like to come here on the shoelace, pick it up to my shelf. Okay, I feel like this is a very secure position. Then while the foot's on my shelf, I trap it in there with my body and my leg, and I finish off right there. Okay, the important points about this move are how I'm changing hips. My one hip's kind of facing the ground, then boom, when I switch, my other hip's on the ground and I'm running the corner. Second one is how my hand slides down the calf. If you guys want to watch how my hand slides down the calf, it's going to allow him not to be able to square up with me. Okay, so right here, if my hand's up high and I try running the corner, he can still circle, stay square with me. Okay? Now, circle some more. Circle more. Now when my hand slides down the calf to here, so I slide here, when I run the corner, he can't square up because his knee doesn't bend that way. So right there, and I run, shoelace, pick it up, finish. I really like the shelf finish. I feel it's the most secure finish there. But real big key is sliding down the calf, wrapping my hand as low as possible. So one more time. Step, slide. Right here, I'm gonna snake the calf. So I turn my hip down to the mat, make my hip face mat. I almost just run backwards on it. Bring it up to the shelf. Finish from there. Bringing up the shelf is a really good habit, because if you don't, then people like me who are a little bit funky can turn into you and do all kinds of silly stuff once you get behind. Once you shelf it, you're pretty secure in the finish. Okay, a couple other moves from down there. Depending on his hip pressure. A lot of them are feel moves. Okay, like if he's gonna put this hip into us. So if he puts this hip into us hard, when I step and slide, what I'm gonna do is I turn my knee in, and I slide head to the other side, I bring that leg through. Okay, this is called a cutback. The cutback happens when he's putting a lot of weight on us with the same leg that we have in the single leg. Okay, so he's putting a lot of pressure with this hip when I have this leg. There, a lot of pressure there. It's leaving my head open for this side over here. So I'm step and slide, turn my knees, shoot the middle, cut back. Right there. He's leaving me the opening. I'm just taking what he's giving me. Okay, the other option, if he's really keeping our head in there and not opening his hips like the last time, is shoot to the center and come up. Okay, so right here, he's keeping me trapped underneath here. So I'll step and slide, and I'll shoot the center instead of shooting the far side. I'll shoot the center, come up here. Now how I like to finish here, we're also gonna get here from the other steers I do, but simplest finish, pinch down on one leg, push the other one up, right there. I really actually prefer to sit to my butt when I come to the middle, so I don't think people are gonna attack my ankles, which if you watch my other DVD, I feel like is a very strong position. So I actually prefer to sit to my butt. I like to show it both ways because some people don't feel comfortable sitting to their butt. So step, slide, and when I sit, I come all the way through and sit. Right here. Now he has no ankles to attack because they're all the way over here. Pull one, pop the other, finish to a double leg. Okay. Now that's the first series I use. Very, very effective because you keep him moving, keep him off balance. You don't want him to get swept through a lot of his stuff. Takes a lot of energy though. As you can tell, I'm breathing kind of hard right now. Next one that I've developed as I've gotten a little bit older is just a pull and sit series. I got a lot of stuff from there. Okay, so when he sprawls on me, instead of posting one hand on the mat, what I like to do is just stay really tight in the ball here and keep my hands locked on his leg. Okay, now I'm doing a finger grip here. Get up. Finger grip right here because it's going to give me the most distance. All right? When we have our hands locked, we're going to be really stretched out. We want whatever going to give us the most distance. Okay, this is going to give us less distance. This is going to give us the least distance. We're going to take what's going to give us the most distance, which is the finger grip. I use no thumbs. My hands right there. Okay? Something right here. Now what I want to do from here, a couple options. Okay, first one I like to do is I like to windshield wiper my feet towards the outside, pull the leg, and sit all at the same time. So I pull, windshield wiper, and sit all at the same time. And I end up in this position. Now, there's actually a lot of things going on there I want to check out. Okay. Number one, my feet are windshield wipering. Okay, my feet are going to the outside. Their feet are swishing. Okay. Number two, I'm pulling. I'm pulling this leg in. Okay. Number three, I'm sitting my inside hip to the mat. And number four, I'm going to use my elbow as a post. So when I pull here, you guys can't see, we're going to rotate from the ankle. My elbow's on the mat. As I rotate, my elbow comes to my hand, and I get right here. Okay, now the finish, hold on to me, Mark. The finish I like to use from here, I call the answer. I isolate one leg here. I pull it so he's not parallel with me anymore. And I step over, I sit to my hip. Okay? From right there, lots of times they'll try to pinch you here. Okay, and keep you in here. What I like to do is I like to come up, grab the outside of the foot, pull it down, so his arm that's underneath is able to grab the outside of the foot. Then I like to push that off right there and drive up. All right, all those details are important in there. You can't just do it. And I know a lot of guys on the team that do it wrong and creates disastrous results when you do stuff wrong. You gotta pay attention to all the little details. So, just a couple more times. Windshield wiper outside. Now this time watch my elbow, okay? The inside elbow. When I pull, my elbow goes to the mat. It's gonna be my post, okay? I sit, see how my elbow's my post? And I put my hand on the mat, it pushes up, okay? For the answer, I pull the leg right there, I step over, sit to my hip. Now the one huge mistake everyone makes is they don't feel comfortable here. They think they should come up to their knees. Okay? If I do this, it actually takes a lot of the pressure off my opponent. Okay, right now he can scramble. If he's any good at a scrambler, he's gonna get out of this position, just like that. Okay? When I stay, my foot in here, I'm stretching this leg out. He can't go anywhere from here. There's a lot of pressure on his leg. Okay? And then if he's gonna put his leg down like that, all I do is pop it off and push out. Okay? If he does decide to keep his leg up real tight, where I can't get my head out, I come top hand, pulls the bottom hand, and top hand goes back up to the knee, pushes it out. Okay, this grip on the foot I use is really important. See how I grab the outside of the foot? It allows him not to get his foot away with one hand. Okay, it's a really good grip. Now keep the Turk in, push up on top. One offense that I made really popular from their last last year was the head inside, lock both my hands over the top, and I'm gonna scoop my head underneath. Okay, it's kind of tough to see, so try to pay close attention. Either from here, this is where I really like it from, because like I said, when you get this position, if he decides to attack our ankles, we can be in a lot of trouble. So what I like to do is I like to lock my hands as loose as possible above my head. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump up, I'm gonna slip both his legs to one side. So I bump up, I slip, pull it tight. Now he's gonna still try to keep holding my ankle. I'm gonna sit his hip down, I'm gonna turn, kick. This was also in my funk DVD, the turn and kick part, to get free. Then I come back to a double leg. Okay, you can also do this from the sitting on your butt. Either way it's gonna work. Okay, from right here when he gets our ankles, I come and lock above both his legs, just like this. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump, I'm gonna duck my head and rotate both his legs to one side. So I bump, duck, and rotate. Right there. Keep it pinched, pull it down. If he's got my ankle still, sit, kick, finish. Okay, as you see again, I'm using the finger grip because it's giving me the most distance. So I bump, I got enough room to pull him to one side. I'll do it once for my butt just to show you guys. From this position, lock here. It's a little hard to get the bump from here because you're not on your feet. Watch that bump, switch. Okay, now see I have both legs on one side. I'm good to go. Just keep pulling this in, rotate on top, and finish. A really popular defense to a single leg finish from the mat is to trap the arm. I'll show you what I mean here. Is when I'm here and I sit up, a lot of people trap the arm in here. Okay, like that, lock your hands. Okay, this is a really common defense right here. Good thing for us is it's really easily counterable, but most people don't do it because they panic when they're here. Okay, what I want to do is the arm that's trapped, I want to recapture his hands. Okay, now all I'm going to do is pull him off to the side, right there. Okay, now all I'm going to look for is my leg hook, step, and I slip my arm right there. By now he's going to panic and let go of his lock, and we're on top of him. Okay, we can also do the same exact thing from our butt. Okay, he traps our arm. We pinch this tight. Key is pinching the leg tight. I come back and attack his hands. Now I just swing him. Okay, I swing him right there off. Step and hook. This arm comes out. I plant right here. Keep this tight. Okay, one more time. Gets my arm trapped. Don't panic. It's one of the keys, don't panic. Keep this leg trapped, lock on his hands. You can see I'm walking on his hands. Swing him, right there. Swing him off, step hook. This arm comes out, plants on the mat, come up on top of him. First finish you should always go to is a drive across finish. So I just want to shoot a high crotch, step my outside foot up, come deep here, come across here, and drive. There. Drive to a high crotch finish. That should be first in everyone's book. I know it's simple, you've probably seen it a million times, but it always should be first. Right here, here, come across, drive. Shoot a high crotch. First finish we should always do. So change across. So here, here, there, change across. Okay. Now the first defense that most people do is blocking the elbow. So go from there. He's gonna block my elbow. Rotate towards it. Okay. Blocks my elbow. All right, so I can't get there. What I want to do is I want to step up. I want to look across his back. I want to try to make him touch his hand to the mat. So I'm just going to step in a circle right there. Now his hand's off my elbow. Now I can change off. Okay, so all we're doing is we're getting him off balance. So he's going to take his hand off our elbow. We're going to change off again. Very simple. Right there. He's blocking our elbow so we can't change off. I step, I pivot him that way. Now we're clear to go and change off. Finished. Is when he's gonna block our elbow, he's gonna keep square to us and sprawl. So he blocks my elbow, he's square to me, and he sprawls. Don't turn this hip down. Don't turn that hip down. Okay, he blocks, he's square to me and sprawls. What I do is it's called out the butt finish. All right, so I just put my knees in here, put my knees in right there. Now I'm gonna drop my butt to my heels. This is the most important point. Drop my butt to my heels. It gets him to follow me, then I explode up. Okay, just like that. Now I got a couple finishes from here. First one, real simple. I back hook ankle, bring it up. Hopefully it stays turned into us, and we do what we did in the Nurksa. Heel, turn it across, get this super Turk. Right there. His other option, of course, would be rolling away from us, in which we would just get a takedown. So he sprawls on us, he blocks your elbow, and he's square. I drop my butt, and I explode up, taking him off the mat. Okay, first one, I back hook, I pull it through. Pull it through. Right there. Takedown. Okay. Drop and up. Go back hook, pull it through. Okay, if he wants to fight into us, super Turk it up. Okay. Now an alternate finish from there. Same position where we're dropping and coming up. The drop and come up fast is the most important point because the drop gets him to fall over his shoulder and the up takes him off the mat. If we leave his feet on the mat, he can scramble very easily. So drop, up, I step my back leg up, I rotate through all the here. Now I got bottom leg captured. Like to do here, start right to the head. There. Okay, so I take my head from one side, go to the other. Gonna give me the bottom leg. Well, hopefully you can run them up for some back points. We're putting moves together. Drop and up. Okay? Step up, rotate my head through to that side. There, and hopefully we can run them over for some back points. Right here, I drop my feet in, drop down and up. I'm gonna take my head to the other side. Step up, head to the other side. I'll keep this leg right here, elbow deep. I'll run it up to his head. Hopefully get in the cradle and end in the match. Okay, now we're gonna go to the crack back position. Now the difference between what we just did, the crack back position is where his hip is. Rotate this way. Okay, when he sprawls on us, the last time he sprawled, he was square. This time he sprawled and his hip's facing down, he wants to go to the mat, okay? So there's two different kinds, crack backs. This one, I switch my feet back, drop him on his butt. Okay, the other kind of crack back, the one I actually prefer, I'm here, and I just shoot my leg, shoot my knee to the other side of his foot. So I drive here, right there, and crack him down. Okay, now the key in the crack back position that a lot of people make a mistake on is not staying in good position to start out with. Right now I'm in a good position. I got my shoulder in, my hip down. Those are two important things. So shoulder in, hip down. In the case that your shoulder gets out, which he would need to score on us, so if my shoulder's out, I see what this is, means my shoulder's pointing that way, yep, that's gonna happen. Okay? In the case that our shoulder gets out, all I do is straighten my arm. Okay, if I need to lock my hands to do it, that's what I do. I straighten my arm, puts my shoulder right back in place. First thing that I always look for right here is a head attack. Okay, I always like to go for the fall. A little over aggressive, but there's really nothing wrong with that. So what I do, that's gonna give me more advantage to grab the head, is I open up my hips. A lot of people try to attack the head from here. Okay, my hips are perpendicular to the mat, and they try attacking. That way if he puts his head over here, I can't get it. Okay, I'm stuck. What I like to do is I like to open my hips. Now my hips are parallel to the mat. Now I can find his head, okay? From here, I drive off my feet, attack the head, and walk him back. Okay, opening the hips there is key so I can get maximum reach. All right, one more time on this the second crack back. I'm here, my knee tries to drive over his foot. So I drive right there, crack down, I'm in good position. Sit up. Right here, okay? I open my hips up, right there. Now see, I can swim anywhere. I can get his head wherever it's at. I drive back into him, and I try to run in his head. I crack him down, Right here, good position. Shoulder in, hip down. Right here, open my hips. Right there, and I swim to the head. Swim to the head, drive, step, run right there. Next move from a crackdown we got, it actually feeds off the first one. Okay. So I'm right here, and I'm gonna go for the head. In the case that I miss the head or slip off and I'm not able to pull it in, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna bring the leg up high. So I swim for the head and I miss it, I come back to my knees, I pull the leg up right into me, step underneath it, and there's my takedown. Because even if he stays tighter to me, this is gonna work. Okay, I start to swim for the head, I can't get it, I come out, up, and I pull him. Okay, I pull this, see how high this leg is? It's important right there, and there's my takedown. This also can work if I skip the head hunting part. I'm just gonna back out and pull the leg up. Okay, from right here, step, boom, I pull the leg up right there. Okay. Next finish from here, stand, we got a couple from here. Right here is gonna be splitting the legs. So all I do is take my bottom leg in, drive it across, come down to the leg, step up underneath it. Right there. What'd you say? Okay. Here, shoulder in, hip down. Okay, scissors my feet, I knock this leg out, slide down the foot, pull it up, and drive into him. Right there. One more time. Shoulder and hip down, scissors my feet, drive, right here, pick it up, drive into him. Another one I really like, especially if he's good from here, so if he's not on me tight, is I just like taking my inside hand, going underneath to the back of his heel, so I'm grabbing his leg over here, and then walking over. Walking over it, stepping, hook, I come right there. Okay, this will get a lot of people. So I'm right here in this position, I go back, right here. This backhand sneaks out and grabs this leg. From there, I walk backwards, right there, step, and hook. Okay, same clears out again. Okay, one more time from there. I'm keeping this hand here, other one sneaks out underneath, grabs the leg, steps over, pull, hook, right there. Okay, my last one's a little more out there, but it's had a lot of good things for me. I know my brother and a few other people that use it also. So, from right here, especially when they're staying tight, it's really good. Okay, what I want to do is I'm just going to jump to the far side. Now, I don't want to put my feet too far in the air. I was going to let him give him time to react. Okay, so I just jump close to the mat, right there. Pressure back into him. If he stays right there, I'm going to take down. If he turns into me, a step, hook, let's come right here. So I just want to jump just high enough so I can get over his legs. Here, I'm going to jump just high enough to get over his legs. So I step, jump, dig my leg in there. Right there. Hopefully step over and hook here. Right here. Okay. I hop over. Remember not to get too high. If we get too high, he's going to try to take us over the top. Pull this up, hook, right there. Okay, one more from when you're really in trouble from a high crotch. Okay, so when we're really down underneath, he's even running the corner. It's going to save you a couple takedowns if you learn how to use this one. So I get in high crotch. He's all the way sprawled on me. I'm down on the mat. Okay, he runs the corner, decides to run the corner. Okay, if he doesn't run the corner, I can't just move. He's running the corner. I sit to my butt, follow, and change off to a double. Right there. Okay, you're good. The key is following his pressure. I'm not creating my own pressure. I'm following his. If he doesn't run the corner, I can't do this move. All right? If he just sits out in front, if I do this move, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I got to follow his pressure. Okay, and the other important thing to watch is I'm sitting my outside hip to mat first. It's gonna feel like you should sit your inside hip, but you're sitting your outside hip and you're sitting in a circle. Just keep your feet close to your butt. So he tries to run. I sit my outside hip right there. See how close my feet are to my butt right now? That's my power. Okay, then I come here, change off. Okay, it's like we're chasing our own tail. I'm gonna sit in a tight little ball there. Right here. Okay, he runs there. I'm sitting my outside hip, turn, and chase. Right there. Okay, one more time with that. Finger grip to allow me most distance. He tries running. I sit right there. Okay, so notice how close my heels are to my butt. This is my power. And I'm gonna turn and drive into him right now. Turn and drive into him. Now, the other thing we can do from a high crotch right there is I slide my head to the inside. I create the single leg position I went to earlier. So if I'm in a high crotch here, and I don't like being in a high crotch, all I do is slide my head underneath, right there. And now I created my single leg position that I like to finish from, okay? Where we pull in, sit, and bring them up. Right. I'm actually more comfortable finishing in a single leg, so often when I'm stuck in a high crotch down there, I'll just switch my head to the inside and finish with a single leg. The other thing people are doing a lot right now to defend high crotch, most often high crotches, but could be double legs or single leg also, is locking in the crotch. Now this is actually really poor defense, so I'll show you how to take advantage of people. Okay, so when I shoot a high crotch, he decides to lock in my crotch, right there, and say, I'll go down to the mat. Well, keep holding on, go down on your hip. Okay, so we'll end up in this position right here. I'm on a leg attack. It could be high crotch, it could be double leg, it could be single leg, but he's locked in my crotch, and I'm trying to step and hook like I like to right here, and I can't get him because he's locked here. Now, there's two things I really like doing from here. Number one is more dangerous, but it's going to probably result in greater points. If you do it right, it's good. Okay, what I do is I just take this foot, I'm going to pressure back into him, let go of the legs, so I pressure back, let go of the legs, hip heist. Now what I need to do is get underneath this arm. So he's going to keep his hands locked. I think he's got something. Get underneath this arm right here. Drive up onto his back. Okay, and sometimes I even figure for this one arm so he can't move for sure. So either from a high crotch or a double leg when he locks in here, I got to pressure back, okay? If I don't put any pressure on him, what I showed my last video, he's going to sit up. So if I don't put any pressure on him, I try to sit, he's going to turn, he's going to bring his hips up, and he's going to be on top of us. So I really got to put that pressure back into him. From here, put the pressure back into him right now. So now there's a lot of weight on him, so he can't really sit up very easy. Okay, turn my hips, then I need to come underneath this arm. Okay, lots of times he's going to pinch this arm down. So I won't even be able to get in very deep. What I'm going to do is going to drive with my legs. So I'll use my legs, and I'll drive him over. Right there. So he's locked in the crotch. I'm on a double leg, I'm on a high crotch. This is the position. Okay, pressure back. So I'm putting weight on him, turn, then I come under here. Okay, it doesn't matter if he traps my arm down, I don't get a good half Nelson, I'll just keep driving my feet. Driving my feet and catch him on his back. Okay, second finish from in here. So I like this also, it's a lot safer, easier, but the reward probably isn't as great. Where the other one will probably getting back points, maybe a pin, this one will get a takedown, and possibly back points. Definitely not a pin though. So I'm here, what I do is taking the top hand, come to his bottom wrist. So I grab it, I pull, and I windmill this out. Okay, now what he's gonna try to do, because he realized we got the position, he's gonna try to turn his belly down. Other way, you're trapped that way. There, he can't turn down though because I have his wrist. Okay, I come back to the crossface and drive him over to his back. So I'm locking on that bottom wrist. One time. Here in the high crotch lock position, I come grab the bottom wrist, not top, bottom wrist, pull, windmill out, and keep pressure on him. Okay, right now he's gonna try to turn down, he's gonna have trouble doing that. A lot of times I like to step over, keep the pressure on him. Right there. One more time. Okay, in the high crotch, in the double leg, he's got his crotch lock. We're trying to step over, we can't get it, he's frustrating us. Bottom hand, okay? I grab that bottom wrist, I step and windmill, keep the pressure on right here. Right there. I'm gonna reach back, cross face. I got him trapped right there. We'll move on to double legs now. Double legs are definitely the easiest to finish. I don't know why more people don't shoot them, especially in the age of scramblers. Single legs and high crotches are much easier to scramble out of. Double legs are good hard finishes. Okay, there's really only one way someone can scramble out of double leg, which we will talk about quite extensively. Okay, two ways I like to finish double legs are just driving straight through. So when I hit a double leg, I'll lock on the calves. I like standing on the calves. I don't like being anywhere above that because of the power of their sprawl. So I lock on the calves, step, drive, right there. Real simple. Okay. One more time. Okay, lock here, drive. Real easy. And the second way I like to finish is locking my hands. I think it's a lot safer in today's age of scrambling. So instead of keeping my hands here, I'll lock my hand. When I lock my hands, I like pulling my elbows in, pinching the knees, right there, trying to rotate. Take them down. Face the camera. Okay, instead of being here, I like to lock my hands, pinch my elbows down, which brings his knees together, right there, and rotate. Okay, now, the one thing that can happen to us, that happens quite often actually, is when I finish a double leg hard, if I do, and swing my feet out to the side like has been taught in years past, it puts my leg right next to him so he can pass it. So what I'm going to do is if I drive right here and finish out to the side, puts my leg right there, and he can roll it through. Right there. He passes my leg, and ends up there in a scramble. He builds up, gets a takedown, and I'm like, I just shot a perfect double leg. And I scored on. Now, you can solve this two ways. You can buy my funk tape and learn how to stop the pass, or you can just do this. Both ways, knowing both is probably the best. This will work though too. We'll be in this position. It's a really feel thing. Once we feel him going back, falling backwards, we gotta slide down the legs. So I'll drive, we'll be driving, and once I feel him going backwards, I'll drop. Okay, I'll drop and my feet are back. This is a takedown in folk wrestling right here. I got my legs locked, my arms locked on his legs, but my legs are nowhere near his arms, so he can't even come close to passing me. This double leg is really hard to do in a practice situation because, like I said, it's a feel move. You have to feel when he's gonna fall. So when I'm driving on a double leg, I feel like he's gonna fall. As soon as I feel him falling, I drop. Okay, I don't keep driving because when I keep driving, that gives him my leg to pass. All right. So what I do when I feel him falling backwards, I drop where I'm at. It's probably even a little harder this time. So I shoot a double, I drive. When I feel him go backwards, I fall on his legs. Okay? Now I'm nowhere near to pass him. There is a little bit of risk in this if you're not good at feeling things, because if you drop before he's actually going backwards, then you're going to end up on your belly and he's going to be sprawled on top of you. So it's something you should practice a lot before you actually go do it in a match. You need to be able to feel that fall and then drop. So if you drop before he's actually going to fall, then you're going to put yourself in a lot of trouble. Or like I said, you can go back and buy the Funk DVD, which shows all kinds of defense to the pass. Hope you learned a lot of leg attack finishes today. The ones I showed you today will work on every level, from Pee Wee wrestling to the highest level of college wrestling. With those, you should be able to finish any shot you get it on.